Hey, Lips.
Oh, I should have got me a drink too. Welcome, everybody. It's the conversation. We're talking authentically with TMarie. And guess who I have sitting with me? Hi, Trina.
Hey, boo thing.
Everybody, y'all clap it up. Yay. You look cute in everything.
Usually.
You looking beautiful. You got a glow now. You know that glow is something else. You always cute. You always fly, but now you glow.
Well, you know, when you said we're quarantined or rosactionized, and I have to spend this time with my hubby bubby.
Yes.
You know.
Let's talk. Let me tell you. Let's talk about that because it's got to be something. You know, not dating for a little while, then all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, but actually, matter of fact, take us through your love story. As a matter of fact, how you got to this beautiful place.
Take us through what now, my darling?
Take me through your love story. How you got from, you know, singleness to happily, blissfully married. Because my show has a lot to do with dating and relationships, and people want to know how to get there.
Well, you know, outside of my very first husband, I have been blessed to, you know, choose the right ones, and the grand finale is fun skill, and you know, I ask him every day, hey, little boy, you want some candy? So it's like trick or treat every night.
So quarantine has not kept it boring at all. You've been good all the way up to since you've been in the house?
Well, mostly, you know, I lost one of my jobs.
What?
Sister Circle.
Oh, that's right, Sister Circle. That's right. Okay.
But yeah, it's a yield and not a stop sign.
That's exactly right.
You know, I have been blessed with God's favor, and He has given me His favor first, and then the favor of the people. So, you know, when one door is closed, He opens windows, doors. He puts a revolving door right there at my front door. So, I am never in lack. I'm never without. So, God is good.
It's a little break for you then. I mean, you know, working all the time, you Sister Circle, the Braxtons. I mean, you're always busy. So this is a good break for you.
Well, but if I'm not working, I can't live my life. But at the same token, you know, during this quarantine, you know, my personal businesses, you know, my skincare line, you know, my bourbon, my hot sauce, and of course my candle line. You know, I have been concentrating on not just that, but we know Bar Chix is about to open up again in East Point.
Right.
So we've been working with the architects and working with the city of East Point, making sure that everything's going to be everything. It's such a beautiful architectural layout for East Point. It's amazing, and I'm just amazed to be a part of it. It's just it's another eat, play, live kind of community, and it's Bar Chix on steroids.
Listen, you might be right on time with that because when people get out of the house, they're going to be looking for somewhere to flock to. So Bar Chix is going to be ready. Are you going to be ready for that crowd? Because they're going to be coming.
I'm already ready already. You know what I mean? But the thing is, I want to make sure that I give the people what they need. You know, sometimes when you first start out in the business, you know, you have your hopes and your hoop dreams about what you want and what you don't want, but you still have to consider your audience, you know, because what you want and think and conceptualize for yourself is not always what Mr. and Mrs. Consumer wants. And even though, excuse me, the first Bar Chix was open for 4 years, and I thank God for those 4 years because that's a really long time, especially as a first-time person as a restaurateur, because there have been many people who have been chefs and restaurateurs and people who have they tried to do it, but I've done it for 4 years. and that's a huge blessing. But we closed down Duluth. We're going to open up in East Point. But the thing is this. People can say, and you can't please everybody because sometimes.
No, you can't. It's impossible.
But you still have to know your audience. You know what I mean? And my best girlfriend, Tamika Scott, she's coming out with a cookbook, and I'm going to have some of her recipes. And my mother is coming out with her cookbook. I'm going to have her recipes. And of course, things that we cooked growing up. And I'm going to personalize it a little bit more this time. You know, so I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm RPG, ready to go.
And what about the drinks? Now, are we still going to have a good line of drinks? Because you know we have to have a cocktail when we come over, Trina.
The drinks are changing. The drinks are changing. And you've been to my home before, and you know the way my drinks are set up. You know, personally and economically are two different things. You've been on my boat with me, you know. So the crazy part about it is, even though I'm still gonna have drinks named after my sisters, there's a whole nother. It's just a whole nother setup. And you know, when you learn from what you've done previously,
right? It's a good lesson. That's the horse you could always have.
Say it again, my darling.
Hands-on, like being hands-on is one of the best lessons to teach you how to really do the game.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And I have to be honest, there are several of my family members that told me, oh, Trina, you're making yourself too regular. Oh, Trina, you know, you shouldn't be there so often because people need to have a certain mystique about you. Let me tell you something. Can I curse here?
You absolutely can use whatever words you choose to.
I don't believe in that shit because at the end of the day, just Trina. I'm just a person. I'm just a person running a business like anybody else. I want to get to know my fans. I want to get to know my consumer. I want to get to know like what they like. How do I change this for the better? I mean, if it's just one person that wants something to complain about, but at the end of the day, if one or two or 5 or 10 people are saying the same thing, it's something that I need to change. And I can't change that if I'm not making myself a part of the community. Because at the end of the day, all this is, it just is being a real person, you know, because you know, it's people can see the persona, people can see the TV personality. I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a daughter, I'm multifaceted, and the realness of it is I just want to live my life, and I just want to make a profit and pay my bills and all that, just like everybody else.
Just like everybody else. But that's what people love about you, Trina. They love the fact that you are relatable, that they can talk to you, that they can, when they see you, they can say, hey, Trina, you never shun people away. You're just like, hey, you love your fans like you love your friends. And I think that's why people gravitate to you so much. And that's why your restaurants will be successful, because they're going to want to come out to see you and celebrate you and patronize you, because they feel like they know you, because you treat them like you know them personally.
Well, I know them and they know me. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, when I die, I'm not going to die alone. I'm going to bring all these people with me. I'm going to, all the memories that we all share together is just all that bullshit of, oh my God, I have to have a mistake. I have to, you know, be this person so that they want to be my fans. Be my fan. Don't be my fan. You know, it's at the end of the day, I'm just Trina. I was born just Trina. I just happen to be someone on TV. But that doesn't change the fact that I bleed and cut red just like everybody else. That's what it is.
Well, we're proud of you. We're excited. We can't wait to patronize you. You know, I should have had a glass of wine with you. If I didn't know anything else about what this was going to be, I knew you were going to have a glass of wine.
Well,
I knew that.
Was I supposed to change?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So, Trina, listen, honestly, okay. I want to have this conversation because, again, you know, I have a relationship platform.
Okay.
And people are excited about seeing you in love. And they really want to know, was there something that you needed to change in yourself or the way you were dating in order to get to where you got to this place with your relationship?
Let me tell you something. This is my third marriage. My first marriage, I was very young. I was very young. My second marriage, I fell in love for the first time in my life. He passed away. My third marriage, I married a grown-ass man. I'm 45 and he's 52.
Okay.
And there were certain immaturities that I had in my life that I never knew. I'm not saying that he made me grow up, because I grew up in an industry that was very treacherous, and that it's very real. That shows you things that you never thought that anyone would experience. But our sons are the same age. We are yin and yang. I am real. I don't want to say I'm boisterous, because that's not what I am. But I'm more outgoing, put it that way. And he's very laid back. He's in the medical field. He's in like wellness and all that other stuff. And I'm just like this big personality. And we yin and yang each other. And he's just an amazing man. And I don't want to say submission, but when you have a dominant alpha male, it just makes it to be like easier to be like, okay. You know what I mean?
Okay. Right. But listen, Trina, what is wrong with the word submission, though? Why do we have a problem with that word?
Let me tell you something. This whole thing about, oh, I am, an independent woman. I can do this by myself and blah, blah. I'm not. I am, mind you, God has blessed me. He's blessed our family tremendously. But I'm going to tell you something. I like for a man to open my door. I like him to pay for dinner. I'm not going to be like, oh, no, I don't need you to pay for dinner because I'm independent. Fuck that. Because I want you to be the man. I want to feel like a girl. I want to feel like a girl, because at the end of the day, if I'm so independent, who's going to take charge in the bedroom?
Right. Don't you think independence is a little overrated, though, especially for women?
Let me tell you something. I can't call it for anybody, because different strokes for different folks. I'm gonna tell you something. I like for my man to be a man. I like for him to cut the grass. I like for him to call the pool people. I like for him to call, people when things need to be done around the house. I like for him to open the door. I like for him to buy dinner.
That's right.
Listen. Oh, I don't need you to buy dinner. Yes, I do.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes, I do. I want to get dressed. I want to put my makeup on. I want to put my fragrance on. I want to feel like a girl. I want to wear a little slinky dress. I want to be a girl, and I like being a girl. And for those who don't, that's on them. I have nothing negative to say about them. But look at you. I have off the shoulder.
I love it. I love being feminine and being a woman. It's nothing like being a woman. You know what I'm saying?
It's nothing like it. I'll tell you. And guess what? And I like fuck it. I don't care who has something to say. I like cooking dinner. I like making his plate. I like him saying, I love your food. I like him saying, oh, baby, you cook dinner. I'm going to help with the dishes. I like that. I like it a whole lot. And it makes me feel cute and it makes me feel pretty and it makes me want to do my hair and do my face every day. It makes
Exactly.
me want to, even though I've gained 15 pounds on this quarantine.
I think you joined the club. I think
No,
everybody's gained a
I'm
little something.
honest to God, gained 15 pounds during this quarantine.
Wow. I can
I've been
believe it.
drinking wine every day. We are newlyweds. And even though he's considered an essential, because, he's in the wellness community and he goes to work, a good 4 times a week, and, he's building and boosting people's immunity systems and all that other stuff. But I like it when he comes home and the bed is made and I'm like, baby, what you want to eat? TMI. Like,
Okay.
look,
what
it's
you want
October
to
in
eat
my
today and
house.
then what you want to eat
It
later?
is
Yeah.
October, and my husband like, hey, little boy, you want some candy? Trick or treat. It's October.
Come get you a snack or a piece of
I'm a
candy.
whole Snicker all by myself.
He gonna be full, baby, all day long. Full. And that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. I think sometimes society and TV and a whole bunch of things make women feel like not only it's for them good to be by themselves, because it's cool if you want to be, but it's also cool if you don't want to be. And they try to make us feel like if we don't want to be, and if we want to be a wife, and we want to cater to our man, that makes us some type of weaker species, and it doesn't.
Well, I'm a whole real person. When those cameras go, when the cameras go off, when the lights go off, I have a whole family. I have children. I have a husband. I have a whole household that I have to carry. You know what I mean? I have to wash the clothes, fold the clothes, hang up the clothes. I still have to do those things because I'm all the way a girl. Now, mind you, that man got to pay them bills. But at the end of the day, I'm still a working woman. You understand? And it's just, my income is supplemental. You know what I mean? Hey, let's go on this trip. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do the other. And sometimes it's difficult when you have that kind of alpha male. You know what I mean? But hold it, let me tell you something. I'm about to trick or treat and give him a little bit of candy right now.
It's just so good to see women being okay with being a woman, because again, sometimes we get too tied up in taking care of ourselves because we have to. It's not because we want to. We've been conditioned to feel like that's what we want to do, but a lot of times it's because we have to do.
Well, people choose their own rights, because some women have to be independent. Because listen, I found myself in a relationship before, okay, and my ex-husband, he was a definite provider. My new husband, definite provider. In between the two of us, I dated some
Mm-hmm. 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 Not so.
what is wrong with you? You understand what I'm saying? And sometimes a woman has to, bear the brunt. Not cool.
Right.
But I blame it on you feminists. Yep, I said it. I blame it on you chicks. Like, I don't need no man. Yes, we do. We need a man. We need that partnership. We need stuff so that we don't bear the brunt of taking care of the kids, going to work, driving them back and forth to blah, blah, blah. Guess what? I'm a girl and I like it. I like having a man that helps to take care of me. I like us having a partnership. I like having a man who can, if I'm down and out, that he's got me. And I like the fact that if at the end of the day, that he's down and out, I got him. At the end of the day, I like our partnership. I don't like that. Oh, I'm a girl. I'm independent. I don't need no man. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I want him to open my car door. I want him to pull out my chair.
Yes.
I want him to make me feel pretty. I want him to say, "Baby, you look amazing." I want him to say, "Baby, here's $100. You can get your nails done. Baby, here's $120. You can get your hair done." I like all of that. I like all of that about my man. I like all of that about my husband. And then I like all the fact that I don't have to get on top every night. I like the fact that he takes care of me and make me say, "Oh God," and remind me that I'm a Christian. I like all of that shit about my husband because it's legal in God's eyes.
That's right.
Oh God, hallelujah and amen. All of that.
And I love it. I mean, I'm so with you. I'm with it. I'm telling you, people, it's not the fact, if a man wants to do these things for you, it does not make you less of a woman. And just because you have your own doesn't mean that, and this is the thing, and this is what I want men to get understood. Just because I have my own doesn't mean I need you not to come in and do what you need to do as well.
As a matter of fact, I got knee pads.
What you got, Trina? I'm not fooling with you. You need to get a brand of knee pads. You know what I'm saying? I'm here acting a fool. Do you hear me? Mama Tamika.
Girl, I know.
She is acting a fool. You know that, right?
Mess. She got knee pads.
I know. I love y'all. I know already. Are you coming over to cook, Tamika? You came to cook?
Can I?
You came to cook? No, I said you. Did you come to cook?
And we ate all her food.
I'm trying to get a plate. I told her I need her to save me a plate now.
You know when you're coming, it's gonna be a whole new meal.
You know we're all neighbors right down the street. We stay in the same neighborhood. Same neighborhood.
Yeah, Trina and Tamika.
He 18 tap.
I'm going from one place to the other place.
Tap that. Oh.
I cannot with y'all. Getting y'all together, I know it's about to be a full mess. Do you hear me? Ain't nothing wrong with that. I love that. I love that. Some of my favorite people.
Yeah, so, you know, my husband and I, we have a mutual understanding. He's the man and I'm the woman.
That's right.
And that's what it is.
That's what it is.
And everybody, you know, it's not about that. You know what I mean? But
please tell them.
At the end of the day, you have to do what works for you and your household.
That's so true.
You know,
and you know what? She said what works for her, but sometimes I ain't even exaggerate, and I be hearing her. She's 3 houses down, and I hear her, and I'm like, wait a minute. Well, no, that's not her. That's Vaughn.
You know, I believe in hearing Vaughn. I believe in cooking, and I believe in making his plate. I believe in, you know, no matter where we are, we can go to someone else's house, and I'll make his plate while he sits there, and he's the man. You know, and he does man shit in our house. You know what I mean? So it's.
And to me, I'm with you. There's such thing as man shit. It's things that you want your man to do that you don't want to have to tackle.
He can't be the man if there are 2 men in his household. You understand? He can't be the man and I'm being the man too. Hell, fuck shit ass, damn it, no. You know, because
you know your mom is watching.
Well, she could be. She could be, but she knows. But that's where I learned it from.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm sorry.
I mean, there were 6 of us, and my mother still made my father's plate. She still
No, I'm talking about you was cussing.
Shit, fuck, damn it, ass. Shit. Damn it. I'm a 45-year-old woman. I'm gonna cuss if I feel like I need to.
I'm gonna wash her mouth with soap.
No disrespect to you, mommy, by the way. I just want to put that out there. No disrespect. I want to put that. That no disrespect. Just won't do right. But at the same token, you know. But sometimes you have to say what you need to say. And my mother, she, people can call it serving him, or you can call it whatever you want. I am still my own person. I'm still my own woman. I still have my own job. I still have my own money. But at the same token, we have our own money, my husband and I, because we take care of our household. And I think we've gotten away from that because people are so busy. I think women's lib is very important. Women's lib is very important.
Yeah.
I don't think that we should not make the same amount of money that men do when we're doing the same job.
Well, you say you don't think we should?
We
Right.
shouldn't. I don't think we shouldn't.
Like
if I'm
we
doing
should
like
make
if
the
I'm doing the same job as Joe Blow,
you should be able to get
and more than likely,
Right.
as women, we're gonna do that. I don't know. I ripped it tonight. More than likely, we're doing it more efficiently. We should make the same money as Joe Blow.
I agree. Because we work women, we work just a little bit. Sometimes we work harder.
And we come home.
Detailed.
And we take care of your
We're
kids.
detailed.
We
To
work
the
hard.
bottom.
We have to produce more. We have to prove ourselves. Yeah. We work harder because we have to prove ourselves in these places. So we
and then
work
being
hard.
an African American woman, we have to work that much harder. But at the end of the day,
Than our counterpart.
my main concern is my household. That is my main concern.
What are they doing?
As long as I have my husband's back, when he goes into that workforce, he knows that when he comes home, he has a support at home. My kids know that they have a support at home. It's there's nothing better than when your man comes home and he knows no matter how my day went, my wife has me. And I
got your back. Got your back. Now tell me. So let's answer this question. How much does that have to do with you knowing that he's got yours?
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. I know that he has mine because the mortgage is paid every month. And amen.
Absolutely. But it makes it easier. Sometimes men think that they can go and do a half-ass job, but then come and get full
Let me tell you
ass,
something, and I know this might
benefits.
sound weird, but because of the man that I have, let's say God forbid, he falls on hard times, and it has to be on me to pay the mortgage. We are partners.
Right.
And I've gotten him as much as he has me.
Absolutely.
And everything's gonna be all right. And I'm gonna tell you something that we do that a lot of people probably have gotten away from. We pray together. I have a man that we pray together and we talk together and we are on one accord. And communication is extremely important in a relationship. We communicate, we talk, and the communication is not always the best. Sometimes there is banter. Right. You know what I mean? Because he's strong in his opinion. I'm strong in my opinion. And I'm not even gonna say that I'm always docile in it, because I am not. Because sometimes I want like my opinion to be known.
What I want.
But
yeah.
God has blessed me with a good dude that we talk, and I'm not sure how we've gotten away from the conversation that you wanted to have, but you know, during this quarantine or however one, domestic violence has gone up to an all high. But I feel like people would just talk to each other, and hey, babe, I like this. I don't like this. This is not cool. This is not okay. Let's talk about it. Let's have some banter,
And let's not only talk about it, let's listen. I think people have gotten away from listening or being, or hearing the person, because we're so busy wanting to talk that we're not hearing what our partners are saying. Sometimes we have to sit back and actually listen and and comprehend what it is that they need. Like, how important is comprehension in this communication?
Hold on, put this down for 1 second. Hold on. Don't leave.
because a lot of times what happens is we're talking and talking and talking and talking so much that we cannot hear what other.
It's Jeff. It's not perfect with us. I mean, sometimes, you know, I hear what he says. He hears what I say. Sometimes we don't come in. Who's relationships.
That? No, who's that?
TMarie. You married.
What? Hello. What are we doing?
We're talking about relationships.
Is that live?
Yeah.
You should before you do that. You didn't tell me that.
I'm sorry. And see, that's part of communication too. He was like, I didn't even tell him that we were going live. You know what I mean? So it's all part of a communication. And I was like, babe, come here. You know what I mean?
People watching this?
Yes, sir.
You need me on?
I do. I need you. And the thing is, like I said, with he and I, you know, everything is not perfect, but we work on communication.
Nothing's ever perfect.
Exactly.
Well, it's good to have you here. How are you? Good. I've heard amazing things about you. You have my friend Trina smiling from ear to ear. She has nothing but great things to say about being in love and having the type of husband that she has. And now that you're hearing me ask you one question, how does it make you feel to know that you have the type of woman that you have? And how has love,
how do I feel,
grown you guys together?
I feel blessed. Didn't think it would happen at my age.
Wow.
I feel you can feel blessed and lucky. I feel lucky. I'm happy. I'm content. I'm real happy, real pleased.
And what is it that's so amazing that you looked and you knew that Trina had to be your wife? That was your wife.
Because one thing wouldn't impress me, because honestly, every woman that you date is going to have one thing that, you know, is good. It's a whole number of things. It's a line of things. It's a list of things that we get along. She started finishing my sentences early on. She understood, not speaking for me, but she understood my line of reasoning, which is hard to do for a lot of people. She filled a void that was missing. I'll put it that way.
That's awesome. I'm happy for you guys. I mean, she's just smiling, like I said, from ear to ear. I always talk about how our partnerships can make people happy. They make people different. They grow you. You know, being alone is one thing, but when you have that partnership, that's different. Is it the same for a man? Does he have the same feeling when he finds that right one, that it changes things for him?
I only speak one way, so I speak very bluntly. So I'll just say this: most men don't understand what that means. Women communicate. You guys talk a lot. You talk about everything, and guys don't. So when I've had friends of mine who've had good relationships, and they say that they're in a partnership, and I just did not understand what that meant. You know, if you understand the words, but you can't feel it. You know what I mean? And to have somebody that's a partner, it's life altering. It just makes you see things in a different light. That it's hard to explain. Okay, put it this way: it's hard to explain to a woman. I could say this in 5 or 6 words to a man, and he'd just get it. Because and if I said it to a guy, he'd be like, "Really? It's like that?" Yeah, and then the conversation would be over. It's hard to explain to a woman because we don't communicate the same, but you just don't. You expect, okay, everybody, I know except for like 3 people that are married, you know, you get 80% of what you want in your mate, and you know that 20% that's just how you look at it. Nobody gets everything, but I don't know what the percentage is, but I got a lot more than 80%. I got things that I didn't know I wanted. Because, it's like you don't know what you don't know.
Wow.
It's hard to explain. It's hard to explain. I got what I expected, and then things that hold the phone up right. I got what I expected, and then I got things that I didn't know I wanted or needed. Mm-hmm. It's hard to explain.
On it. That right there is something complimentary. That's awesome right there. And I'm excited. I'm happy for you guys. I'm thankful for this example because I want people to see that Black love really does exist, because sometimes they don't portray it the way it should.
You know,
and I want people to
I
understand
I don't know who's
Black
watching.
love does
I don't
exist.
care, but you got to stop. You get.
Say it.
I get real tired of Hollywood and the media trying to define who we are. First off, we're not some monolithic group. We don't all think alike. We don't have to. You know, it's okay to be different. And that's that thing right there is okay. I'll be honest with you. This woman is the first brown woman I've ever dated that didn't call me weird. The first one. I've been weird to everybody else. I grew up. I went to space camp as a kid. I built as many rockets and airplanes. I spent as much time doing that as I did basketball. Don't say that. And
I'm gonna say you went to private school.
That's not what I'm talking about. I spent as much time doing nerdy stuff as I did playing basketball. And to most people that look like me, that's just weird.
I love you.
You know, and so it's I'm tired of Hollywood, the media, or whomever trying to say that this doesn't exist. I mean, this is just a woman to me. I mean,
Your baby daddy.
My first wife was white. I don't really care about that, but it was what was inside that matters. And it just, I mean, the rapping has to be good. She's got to be pretty, but
yes.
But you know, outside of that, I just met a woman that I liked. Didn't know who she was when I met her. That I liked, and we just fell for one another, and it blossomed into this. And hold on. Let me finish. Okay. And I've seen this in so many people that look like us. I mean, we're at Tamika Scott's house, Tamika and Darnell's house. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I mean, from the moment, and Trina vouched for me, but from the moment that I met them, I said, I want us to be like them, because they're like 14, 15 years in. That's right. You know, and I got another friend of mine, Craig Mondane, he and his wife, you know, their relationship. I just have so many examples. That's just normal to me. And my parents were married until the day my father passed away.
Yeah, that's true. And I told Vaughn this, and can I tell your age, baby?
Go now. I don't care.
So no, come here, baby. Oh. My husband, amazing. My husband is 52 years old, and the crazy part about it is this, and I don't even think he realizes this. He's 52 years old. How old is Steven?
My brother?
Yeah.
He'll be 49.
Okay, 49 and 52. And what he fails to realize is, I'm like, babe, you guys grew up in private school. It's especially in this, it has a lot to do with everything, because Black people, African Americans, we weren't afforded that kind of situation, especially, 52 years ago, 40 years ago, you know what I mean? And 50 years ago. And the thing is, you guys both grew up in private school. You guys grew up in an era where it just wasn't a thing for Black people.
Yes and no. Yeah, I see what you're saying, but it's funny because now, although my school didn't have a lot of Black people at 8, but a lot of my friends went to private school too. That's what I'm saying. It's just a lot of the things that seem spectacular and seem rare, they were just commonplace in my life.
But
was that an example in your home? Was that what you saw? Is this the type of love and the connection that you saw?
Who I consider one of the greatest human beings ever, one of the best dads to ever do it. He respected my mom at a level that you gotta hold the phone.
Well, but why don't you hold the phone?
If it's hold silent, it's not gonna be any good. My mother, so my father respected my mom. My mother respected my father in a way that you don't see either, and it was just commonplace, and the reverence that my father spoke of my mother in, and my mom from my father, vice versa, and quite honestly, I'd never had that. I thought that it was so far-fetched that I didn't even look for it. You know, I looked at, I just tried to, you know, you get someone, okay, she'll make a good mother, you know, she'll have healthy children, you know, she's relatively smart, she's good looking, you know, and you just go with that. I didn't really expect to have a relationship that my parents did. And I didn't until now. And the other thing is my mother, you know, she liked some of my ex-girlfriends. She tolerated some of them, but she loved them.
Oh, real.
Whole lot, because mothers tend to love and see the character of the person that they are in the woman that they want for you. So that says a whole lot about you. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Listen, I wanted you guys to be together, and I'm so glad, because we need to see more examples of this, because we don't, people do not put this out here, and it is possible. I believe it's possible. I know it's possible. So I want people to understand that it's possible to have amazing Black love without all the stereotypes, without having to be overly independent, without being able to take care of each other, you know, to have each other's back. And it's important that we show that.
Yeah. So
we done talked. That was my friend. That's my baby right there. Like I love her. She's amazing.
You know, it's the same thing. We see it all the time. So
and it's important to have those type of friends around you and that type of counsel, because it keeps you intact and helps you give you somebody to relate back to. It's important. It's very important. Well, I know it's hanging out time for you guys, so I'm not going to keep you. Trina, I love you. Thank you so much.
I gained 15 pounds in quarantine.
Huh?
Well, now he's
I know you about to lose it. Don't worry about it.
But I gained 15 pounds. Linda,
it's gonna be gone. I promise you. You know
I'm
that.
A roller coaster.
You gain and you lose it all the time. Me too. That's my song for life. I have always been. Thank you, Trina. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. Tamika, I love you. Tell her hi. You guys have a great time. I love you. I'm coming to eat, so have all my
bestie Tamika who cooks all day long. My mother's staying with me, who cooks all day long. I got my wine and my 15 pounds, and you know we just gonna work on it.
You got it. You got this. I love y'all.
Thank you so much.
Trina, thank you. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much.
Oh, that was so sweet.
Bye.
I'm not turned off. I don't have to do it.
You turn it off. I'm gonna hang up.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
Bye.